It's 3 a.m. The house is silent, but you are wide awake. Your heart is racing just a little too fast, and your mind won't shut down. You don't have to use the bathroom, and you aren't hungry. You're just on. Most men your age call this insomnia. They blame stress, they blame the news, or they simply accept it as an inevitable tax on getting older. But here is the biological truth your doctor isn't telling you. That 3 a.m. wake-up call is an SOS. It's your brain screaming because its primary fuel, your testosterone, has just hit a critical low, and your endocrine system has pulled the fire alarm. Tonight, we're going to look at the manual you were never given. We're going to peel back the layers of what is actually happening inside your Leydig cells, your hypothalamus, and your bloodstream while the rest of the world is dreaming. Because if you don't fix what's happening at 3 a.m., you will never fix what's happening at 3 p.m. The fog, the fatigue, the shrinking muscle, it all starts here, in the dark. To understand why you're awake, you first have to understand the night shift. Between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m., your body is supposed to be a high-performance factory. This is the only time your brain signals for the majority of your daily testosterone production. It happens specifically during REM sleep, the deep, dreaming phase. Think of your brain as a manager. It sends a courier called luteinizing hormone down to your testes with one specific order: build, repair, restore. Но це не просто наказ на будівництво м'язів. Це сигнал для відновлення всього вашого організму, від щільності кісток до когнітивних функцій вашого мозку. But for a man over 60, this career is often blocked at the border. When your testosterone production fails mid-sleep, your brain panics. It senses a metabolic drop in the prefrontal cortex. It feels the lack of protective androgenic activity. To save itself, it triggers the fight or flight response. That jolt you feel at 3 a.m., that's a massive dump of cortisol and adrenaline. Your body thinks it's under attack because to your brain, a lack of testosterone is a threat to your survival. Let's talk about the most honest biological marker you have: morning wood. Nocturnal erections aren't just about sexual health. They are a diagnostic tool. They are the test fire of your hormonal and vascular system. If you wake up at 3 a.m. and find your system is completely dormant, it's a sign that the nitric oxide levels in your blood are dangerously low. Your body is telling you that your circulation is stagnating. The first reason your factory is failing is the light snack myth. You've been told a bowl of cereal, some fruit, or a piece of toast before bed helps you sleep. The reality? Insulin is the mortal enemy of nighttime testosterone. They cannot exist in high levels at the same time. When insulin is high, testosterone production is suppressed. Period. If you eat carbohydrates or sugar within 3 hours of bed, you lock the factory doors from the inside. Around 3 a.m., the blood sugar spike from that snack suddenly crashes. This is reactive hypoglycemia. Your brain, sensing its fuel is gone and realizing no testosterone was produced to stabilize your system, goes into alarm mode. It dumps adrenaline to raise your blood sugar back up. You aren't awake because you're rested. You're awake because you've been hormonally hijacked by your own kitchen. Then there's the nightcap, a glass of whiskey or wine to relax. While alcohol might help you fall unconscious, it is a metabolic poison for your testosterone. Alcohol destroys the quality of your REM sleep, which means the courier from your brain never even leaves the station. Even worse, alcohol activates an enzyme in your fat tissue called aromatase. This enzyme takes your already dwindling testosterone and converts it into estrogen while you sleep. You aren't resting. You are chemically feminizing your own system during the most critical recovery window of the day. This is why you wake up feeling soft, depleted, and unmotivated. The third silent killer is something most men completely ignore: temperature. Your testosterone factory is located outside the main body for a reason. It requires a temperature 2 to 3 degrees lower than your core to function. If you sleep in a warm room, under heavy, non-breathable blankets, or in tight clothing, the heat shuts down the production line. Your body senses the thermal stress and pulls you out of deep sleep to try and cool you down. You wake up hot, bothered, and with zero androgenic repair. You are literally cooking the very hormones that keep you young. And we have to talk about the psychological loop. When you wake up at 3 a.m. and start worrying about your bank account, your health, or your family, you aren't just thinking, you are fueling the fire. That worry triggers a second wave of cortisol. Cortisol and testosterone share the same raw materials in the body. If your body is making stress hormones, it is physically impossible for it to make strength hormones at the same time. You are choosing survival over vitality. So, how do we fix it? Fixing this doesn't require a prescription bottle. It requires a biological reset. First, the 3-hour rule. This is non-negotiable. No food, no calories, 180 minutes before your head hits the pillow. You must let your insulin drop to baseline. Only then can the gates open for testosterone and growth hormone to do their work. Second, the cold protocol. Lower your bedroom temperature to 66 or 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Use light, natural fabrics like cotton or linen. Let your skin feel the cool air. This drop in temperature is a primal signal to the brain that it is time for deep anabolic repair. Third, the mineral anchor. Most men over 60 are severely depleted in magnesium. Magnesium glycinate is the master mineral for nighttime recovery. It lowers cortisol, relaxes the nervous system, and prevents that 3 a.m. adrenaline spike. It keeps the fire alarm from going off. Fourth, digital sunset. Blue light from your phone or TV at 10-12 p.m. tells your brain the sun is still up. This delays your melatonin, which in turn delays your testosterone peak. Turn off the screens an hour before bed. Let your brain recognize the darkness. Fifth, the vagus nerve reset. If you do wake up at 3 a.m., don't reach for your phone. Use the box breathing technique. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold. This manually overrides the sympathetic nervous system and tells your brain, we are safe. You can turn off the adrenaline. Deep, uninterrupted sleep is the ultimate act of discipline. It is the foundation of everything we call manhood. When you fix your nights, your confidence returns, your muscle mass stabilizes. That morning edge you haven't felt in years comes back. Your body wasn't failing you by waking you up. It was trying to tell you that the system was starving. It was a warning light on the dashboard of your life. Now you know the language. Now you can finally give your body the fuel it has been begging for. Drop a comment below. How many times a week are you hitting that 3 a.m. wall? Be honest. Let's look at the numbers and fix this machine together. This is about more than just sleep. This is about reclamation. Choosing to know your own body rather than living at its mercy. That choice starts tonight.